Flu season has arrived, and most people only worry about it once they're sick. But prevention starts way before that. As a pharmacist, here are some daily habits I personally use to lower my risk during flu season and recover faster. I work as a community pharmacist, so I'm exposed to all sorts of germs. And over today's vlog, I'm going to share the exact steps that I take to protect and prepare myself for the flu season. From daily habits to supplements and what I keep stocked at home and what immune supporting foods I eat daily to reduce my risk of catching a cold. The first most important daily habit is sleep. Sleep is when your immune system recharges, and research shows that even one poor night of sleep can reduce your body's ability to fight off infections. I usually aim for 7 to 9 hours a night minimum. There's evidence to show that those that sleep less than 7 hours a night were 3 times more likely to catch a cold than those that slept 8 hours or more. Another study found that people who slept 5 hours a night or less had a 4.5 times higher risk of getting sick after virus exposure compared to those who slept 7 hours. Get your sleep. The second is hand hygiene. I know it sounds so basic, wash your hands, but it actually works. Viruses can live on surfaces, your hands, your phone for hours. So regular hand washing or using a sanitizer can make a huge difference. You want to wash for at least 30 seconds, so sing those ABCs, and you want to wash especially after being in a public place. Grocery stores, public transit, even just rinsing your hands under water that's running and scrubbing them together helps wash away bacteria and viruses. And adding soap in makes it even more effective. The third one is nutrition. I focus on colorful fruits and vegetables for antioxidants and protein at every meal to help support the immune cells. I also drink plenty of water. Hydration really keeps your mucous membrane strong, which is actually your first line of defense on your body. So that's the outside of your skin. So let's chat about some foods that I add daily to my diet to help reduce the risk of colds. Citrus fruits such as oranges, lemons, limes, these are high in vitamin C, which can reduce your risk of cold duration and severity. It unfortunately doesn't have any evidence to help prevent colds. Neat fact. Did you know that red bell peppers have higher vitamin C than an orange? Garlic has some evidence for reducing the incidence of colds. You want to have it raw or very lightly cooked. Ginger is an anti-inflammatory, and it may help with sore throat or any cold symptoms that you have. I absolutely love ginger tea during the winter months. That with a little bit of honey is so delicious. Leafy greens such as kale, spinach, broccoli, and carrots and sweet potato are rich in vitamin A, C, and E, which help support your body's immune system. They also are rich in antioxidants. The last thing that I add in is nuts and seeds. Almonds, sunflowers, walnuts are high in vitamin E and healthy fats, which help support the immune system. I've recently been seed cycling. If you're interested in that video, I'll link it below. Seed cycling helps regulate your menstrual cycle and balance your hormones. Seeds have many benefits for your health. Daily movement is so important. Even a 30-minute walk a day can help boost circulation and help immune cells move through your body more efficiently. Consistency is more important than intensity is here. The research says that people who exercise regularly had 43% fewer days with upper respiratory tract infections compared to those who didn't. Studies show that 30 to 45 minutes of moderate exercise most days, like brisk walking, cycling, light jogging, increase circulation of immune cells, helping your body detect and fight off pathogens more efficiently. High stress weakens your immune system. Point blank. The reason it weakens your immune system over time is through high cortisol. So I personally make sure that I make time for things like journaling, deep breathing, or even just a quick walk outside to ground yourself. So stress reduces immune cell function. Chronic stress increases cortisol, and this hormone suppresses the activity of immune cells. Result, your body is slower to detect infection and slower to fight infection if it can't find it. A study showed people who have high stress were more likely to develop symptoms of the common cold when exposed than those who had low stress. Your body is just better able to cope with the infection when you don't have as much stress. What you put in your body plays a huge role on staying healthy during the flu season. Here's how I approach supplements as a pharmacist. Zinc is the main one that I pay attention to. It has the most evidence. It plays a huge role in immune cell function. Taking zinc at the first sign of a cold has evidence to help reducing the severity and the duration. The evidence is usually for zinc lozenges, so if you can, get your hands on some of those. I also really make sure that my vitamin D levels are optimal, especially in the winter months in North America when sunlight is not very prominent. Research shows that adequate vitamin D levels can reduce the risk of respiratory infections, including colds. Vitamin C. So I get most of my vitamin C from my diet, citrus, fruits and vegetables, red bell peppers. Studies don't show that vitamin C helps prevent against colds, but it can help shorten the duration of the cold if you were to get sick. Omega-3. So you either could supplement with an omega-3 supplement, I personally do, or you could make sure that you're eating fatty fish or walnuts. Those are good sources of omega-3. These fats have anti-inflammatory properties, which can help the immune system respond more efficiently to infections. Even with all your daily habits and supplements, it's smart to have a flu kit ready. So if you do get sick, you're prepared. Here's what I keep on hand every flu season. Flu kit essentials. So I always stock ibuprofen and Tylenol. These can help manage fevers, aches, or sore throats. But remember, always follow those directions. The flu can dehydrate you quite quickly. So being able to make electrolytes to have on hand would be a great idea. I personally make my own electrolytes. I just find it better. I want to know what's going into them. A lot of the electrolytes these days are number one, overpriced, and number two, have a bunch of additional ingredients in it that I don't want in them. So I do have a recipe for homemade electrolytes. It's on my channel. I'll link the other video below if you want to know the recipe. Staying hydrated helps your body recover faster. Other things to make you feel more comfortable when you're sick: a saline nasal spray just to help loosen up that phlegm and mucus, and have some honey. I personally don't like cough drops. You can get them if you want, but I just find cough drops, the whole reason that you're having a cough drop is to soothe the mucous membranes in the back of your throat. But I just don't find that cough drops last long enough. Soon as the cough drop is gone, it stops working, versus my personal favorite, and also there's evidence to support it, is honey. So if you just put some honey in tea with some lemon wedges, you could make a honey lemon tea. You sweeten it generally a little bit more than you would for just a regular tea, and you kind of just sip on that. The honey stays way longer in the back of the throat and it soothes the mucous membranes back there way more, which helps with pain relief, irritation. Having a flu kit ready means less stress and faster recovery if you do get sick. Combine it with good daily habits, nutrition, and supplements, and you're giving your immune system the best chance to protect you. These are the steps that I personally take every year. Let me know what you do to get ready for flu season. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It really helps support my channel. Thanks for watching.